Hello and welcome to Darios movie channel. And wait a second. Hello, I'm Dario, 37. I'm an Italian who lives in Germany, and I want to talk to you about movies and stories. And I didn't think I would make this channel, but it is necessary because where are my notes? Today everything is a masterpiece. The new Batman is a masterpiece. Inception is a masterpiece. I disagree. I don't want to say it's bad, but this is my channel intro, and I want to talk to you about who I am and why I want to speak to you about movies and why I make this channel about movies. So the past 20 years have been a cringe fest for real true movies. There were good movies. I have a list right down there I can show you. And well, you don't have to agree with everything I will put on this paper. It's written in German. But I'm 37 and I make comics. I am a comic artist and writer, a writer-artist. I wanted to be a writer and an artist like my heroes, as you can see here, like Frank Miller and like Mike Mignola down here. And I have a comic channel, and you will find the link down below if you want to go to Darios Comic School. So that's the first point. Where do I start? 37 years old. Well, what's on my notes? So, cringe, pretentious, the past 20 years. Some of the art has gone, I don't know, it's gone either cliche or pretty shallow or pretty pretentious. Like, I will review a couple of movies and I will put up movies or movie reviews on this channel which I think are worth watching. Worth watching. Because some of the movies maybe are unknown, or maybe some are underrated, and the overrated ones I will rate accordingly. So this is my wall of fame. What do I have to say? Let's start here. Let's talk about games. Once were really good, but now games are really shitty because of DLCs. Comics once were really good, but lately comics are really shitty. Movies too, TV shows too. Why? I guess it has to do with a couple of things. Before the year 2000, I'm 37 now, but before the year 2000, movies, games, comics, like it was made by a business, by an industry. They had to sell. They had the money or had to have the money to make good stuff, and they had to make good stuff so they could sell it. Because like if I make a bad product, it doesn't sell and I can't eat. So I'm kind of forced to create something good and to put in the quality, the time. It's craftsmanship, it's love, it's time, it's nurturing. And I think some of those values have been lost in the past 20 years. And then people who have YouTube channels and great following, they will say, oh, but wait a second, let me talk this. They will say, oh, this is a masterpiece, and I will disagree with it. And I don't know why they say it. Maybe they don't have all the knowledge it takes. I will tell you where my knowledge comes from in a second. First of all, I have to tell you, if you enjoy a movie and you like it, if you enjoy wearing certain clothes, being a certain way, having a red Strat style guitar, then do you. That's the most important, because I tell you a story about this red guitar. When I started playing electric guitar, people told me, oh, for those $200 you could get a much better guitar. But I wanted a red Strat, and I got myself a Squier Affinity, and I'm happy with it. Because my hero, Mac DeMarco, as you can see here. Plays a Strat style guitar. I'm also into John Mayer, but I'm into a lot of stuff. And so nobody can or should tell you what you have to like. Not I, not anyone else. I know we're all following the experts, but and sometimes it's good to follow people, but only to know who you truly are and what floats your boat. Because every time I watch this guitar, it gives me a boner, and that means I'm right. So, second point. I went to movie school, but before I went to the movie school, I went to movie school. I wanted to go to comic school because my whole life, I drew stuff like comics is my life, and miniatures and all these things. But I will show you I'm also very much into reading. And the good grades in my school came from art, from history class, and from writing essays. As you can see, it kind of matches up to making comics, but school isn't really crafted to take you. You're really round. You're a diamond, but it tries to make you good so you can fit into the machine that is our society, and that is something you have to rage against. And yeah, so that as a point. And then I went to movie school. I got in, and after being in movie school, I went to work for the movies, and I worked as an assistant, as a director's assistant for animation, because like my final exams at the school, I wanted to make a comic, but I couldn't switch courses. I was already into the movie thing, and so I made an animated short, like 10-minute animated series, episode 1. Maybe I will upload it here, called The Last Pickup Artist, which then became my comic that you can see here. The links are down below to my comic channel or to my Etsy and eBay. But yeah, and I have to say another thing. Let's talk about Rambo for a second. This Rambo is not yet made, but the first Rambo was a movie based on a book. Like, this book is Heart of Darkness. I think kind of, how do you call it? The war movie Apocalypse Now is based on Heart of Darkness. And so good movies can be based on movies. And the first Rambo, it was a drama, and it was about a guy, and it was about prejudice, and it was about a lot of things. And then as the years go on, as the sequels roll, it gets just to be a CGI blood gore fest. And I don't like that. Not that it's bad, like I love myself a good Predator, and I love myself a good Lord of the Rings and some Babes. And I'm totally a 90s kid. But the past 20 years are just bullshit. And it has also something to do with budgets. I'm recording on my Redmi phone, and digitally it's good. It's very democratic now, but also people were hired who made really film, and also the film grain gave the movie a different look, a higher quality look, and it was, you couldn't shoot everything. You had just a certain role you could shoot, and that made your vision very narrow. You couldn't shoot all the time, all the crap, and then just cut it. You had to know what to do or what not to do, and I think that crafts you to be more on point. And well, we had the internet, the SJW stuff, but when then internet came along, and like this whole justice warrior thing, you had to have like, and I like the Marvel movies, but everything got so politically correct. Like the 90s were awesome because like you could make a movie about everything, and before that, and you could have some balls, and lately everything has to be so correct and so cheap, and it's gotten shallow or cringy or cliched or hyped. Yeah, I get tired of saying that. So also when I was in documentary school, my professor always said we had to research in the real life. And a little note on myself: when I was 5, my father died of a heart attack. I was raised by a single mom, so I had always allergies, and it was food related, and I didn't get much out because she was overprotected. So you see the story arc here. And then when I was 18, 19, I was just a shy, comic, gamey, reading kid, and that was all I was doing all day. And then when it came to the ladies, I was kind of lost, and so that's why I call it the last pickup artist. And then like the pickup artist movement found me, and today they're all spiritual people because we found out that kind of the fatherlessness led to all that. But as you can see, a good storyteller, a good writer, a good movie maker has to see a certain thing that doesn't work, and he has to talk about it. He needs a theme. Like you need a theme in, I don't know, what's the theme in Rambo? Maybe it talks about Vietnam veterans and how they were treated and how they fight back. Or maybe you have like Rocky 1. It's not your perfect 3-act movie. It goes 1 hour in and you see how he walks the street lonely, and he's kind of a bum, and he has a dream but nobody believes in him. And I'm the same. Like I see myself as a Rocky. Nobody knows me, nobody believes in me, because in this world it's like everybody is fighting for him or herself. We have lost a tribe, we have lost family, we have lost so much. We've gained unlimited food, internet, technological stuff, porn and all of that, but it's all meaningless. And that is where the story comes in. And also, like, if you watch Dirty Dancing and somebody will say, oh, Dirty Dancing, it's a movie, it's about dancing. Yeah, it's not about dancing, it's about becoming your own person. And it's a fun movie because it doesn't tell you what it's about. It's like a fun movie, it's about dancing, but as you watch, like, your emotions go up and down, and that's a good movie. Because like Babe is just treated as a stupid little girl. She's Babe, the daughter of her father, but she's not. She's an individual, and she's becoming her own person. And also the part Patrick Swayze plays is like, who is he? He's the good-looking dancer. Oh, he can have everything. But then at the end of the movie, he talks about his struggles, how people see him, how difficult it is to pursue the life he does, and how strong it makes him as a character, that he, in the end, he can't give a shit about what other people think. He has to go his own way, and then in the very end, he succeeds, and that's really a great story. So I've also seen when I worked for the movies, I've seen how writers and directors research the stuff, and then people in a production space just changed it to make it more digestible for the audience. And I hate that stuff. That like waters down everything. And yeah, what do I have to say? Yeah, I'm pretty much done. The next review will be about The Batman. Is it a masterpiece or is it not a masterpiece? One last thing I want to say. After watching The Batman with, how is his name? Pattinson, really, really great actor. Like, the acting is really great in the movie. It is a good movie, but it's not a masterpiece. I will go into that in a second. And then after that, I was sitting. A lot of my friends are creative people. One is also a movie maker. We're making this year a movie. and he said, oh, the old Batmans were trash. And no, Batman Returns, like from the 90s, is not trash. It's like Tim Burton, very surreal, Danny Elfman in his music, Michelle Pfeiffer in her prime, Michael Keaton, Danny DeVito, and that is why I'm making this channel, to remind you what truly greatness is and how important story is, and that a great story can impact your life. If we have lost connection to our tribe and to our fathers and to our neighbors, at least movies can give us again that moral compass and steer us back in the right direction. And even if you just get pushed by a small degree in the right direction, like the trajectory will be so much higher. And so, is Inception a masterpiece? I don't think so. But if you like the movie, like it. And if you're interested, maybe go watch Existence, which maybe the movie Inception is based on. See ya next.